Good morning. Think of this time that we're in right now as an initiation. We've known ourselves for a long time to be third dimensional beings, just the physical, not really connected to the spiritual, to the angelic, just to what we can see, hear, taste, touch and smell, the basic five senses. And now we're in that time of realizing that everything we think, we manifest. This is the fourth dimension. Fourth dimension is like being in a permanent virtual reality game. Imagine that you could armor up, choose your suit, choose your weapon, fight your enemy, choose your enemy, and do battle and score points. And sometimes the demons and the monsters beat you, and other times you beat them, and you get another life and you get another go. And the whole time you're only playing a game. It's all virtual. But you can become so immersed in the game that you forget that you're playing a game and you believe it's real. You begin to take on the personality or the identity of the character that you're choosing to be, always wanting to upgrade yourself, always get more armor or more ammo or more intelligence or more whatever it is, right? I'm boosting my little character. And then you go out and you can get really self-identified as this and get so immersed in it that you can forget what else is going on. Now, what's this got to do with us and the world at the moment? Wow, the sun is bright. You want to see where I am? Look at this. Almost a completely empty beach. I've just got up, well, not long up anyway. Actually, I've been awake for a while. But anyway, what was I saying? What's this got to do with the world? What if, in this simulation, in this 4D virtual reality game, we are having an initiation as we move through into the higher dimensions of the fifth and above. And Kelly was asking me about this morning. I need to get out of the sun. It's too bright in my eyes to tell you about this. What if this is where you learn, and we're all learning, that what we think about, we manifest. What our fears are, we manifest. What our hopes, dreams, wishes are, we manifest. Oh, it's just bright everywhere. Let me go and find another little spot. Oh, it's a little cubby hole area down here. So, because if we're looking at the world right now, and to some of us it can be very, very terrifying. We're looking at the wars, we're looking at the sickness, the disease rate, we're looking at how much we've been programmed. All of these so-called truths are coming to light about how humanity has been manipulated and tricked and owned and been in the slavery system, in this debt system, in this looshing system, in this, all kinds of illusionary tricks and games that have been played on humanity. And some people even think that we're in some kind of occult initiation, that we've all been lured, or not all, but humanity generally has been lured into some giant satanic cult ritual. And maybe you believe that, and maybe you don't, whatever you think is true, with the chemtrails and everything else that's going on in the world. And what if this is our greatest fear? What if this is the collective's greatest fear? That what we thought was real and true and stable and safe actually isn't. We thought it was safe to put Disney on TV for our children. It actually isn't. It's mind control, it's hypnosis, it's programming, it's sexualization of children. And it's like, what if we thought, eating your favorite cornflakes was safe? And then you realize that it's got iron filings in it, and it's got all kinds of other toxic ingredients labeled as vitamins and nutrients, and it's like, what we thought was true and safe and real actually isn't, and this is our fear. We fear being undermined. We fear being overruled. We fear having an authority over us. And this is a really ancient thing. We've been told, this is a really ancient thing. We've been told for many millennia, or through religious beliefs, through philosophies, that there are other powers, there are higher powers, there are gods and there are devils. Whether you go back thousands of years to the sun god Ra, and all the rituals and sacrifices were made in the name of that god, and whether you look at paganism and the rituals that were made there, and the blood sacrifices and all these things of like God and the greater divine is more powerful than us, and if we don't do as we're told and we're not good human beings, then we're going to be punished, we're going to go to hell and damnation, and all kinds of purgings are going to happen to the earth because we're bad. We've been programmed with these stories for a really, really, really long time. And so it's natural for us to have this in our mind and have this deeply embedded in our psyche. Even if we consciously are not choosing to believe that, it's actually embedded in our psyche over many, 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 many generations of human beings. And if you believe in lifetimes and reincarnation, then over many, many reincarnations. And as a soul reader, I see that everything that's ever happened to our soul ever is still stored in the subconscious. It's in there somewhere, and it's in the energy field, and that's how I can read people's memories from like 10,000 years ago, for example, because it's all still stored in there. And just because we don't remember it or we can't access it readily doesn't mean it's not there, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So it's like your computer bank, you don't maybe know everything that's on your hard drive, and stuff that's been there for 10 years, 20 years, a long time, right? You've kept your same hard drive. But you can get the idea. It's like all that stuff, everything you've ever done on your computer ever is stored in your hard drive, but you don't remember everything that you've ever done ever. It's not in your conscious mind. But our soul and our psyche is like that. So everything that we've ever had done to us ever, or ever experienced ever, is in there. And so all of that carries weight. All of that is a preconditioning, is a program, is a story that's running in the background, informing our conscious decisions and forming our conscious mind. So if we have those old beliefs and old rituals and old memories still happening inside us, what's not to say that they're projecting into our brains, projecting into our conscious mind, and really, how can I say this, like informing how we perceive from a background subconscious level. Like when we see something in front of us, the story in the background will run and give it a certain color, a certain filter, so that we're perhaps not seeing it exactly as it is, we're seeing it through the lens of the past. That's an easy way of saying it. And not even realizing. We can't see all those lenses. We can't see all of that stuff that we don't remember. We don't realize how influenced we're being. And perhaps also because our psyche is so malleable, and our subconscious mind is so susceptible to messaging, to subliminal messaging, to subliminal programming. Perhaps we're also picking up on all that subliminal messaging and programming all the time as well, without realizing. And all of this informing our fears, all of this informing us what our dreams should be, what our hopes should be, what our ideals should be, how we should think, what we should strive for, and what we should fear. And striving for authority and power over others, whilst fearing that other people have power and authority over us. And it's like, well, we're in some kind of mad-making machine, some kind of simulation that's really, the way I see it, is an initiation for us to really reclaim our authenticity, for us to reclaim our sovereignty and be like, well, who am I in all of this? Are all of these thoughts mine? Is all this programming really true? What am I really scared of? And instead of just taking it on face value and being like, oh, we've got to fear this and fear that illness and that disease and this mind manipulation and this poison in the food and this poison in the air and this authority and what they're going to do and blah, 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 right? All these things to fear, what they're doing to our children. Oh my gosh, there is so many things to be afraid about and worry about. And in that, we're like a little mouse in a trap. You took the cheese. You took the bait. You're being used in a sense, but also you're giving away your power and not realizing, I think, that this is an opportunity to go, let me be curious. Hold on. Why has that got power over me? Why am I giving that my fear? If we took away the emotional content and we took away the programming and we just looked at it for what it is, what would we do? We might just choose something else. We might just go, okay, what is my heart saying? And stop being so mind-led. We might tune in to our sovereignty, to our own truth within us, that truth that is non-programmable, right? That inner truth that's entirely, essentially you. It is your most divine spark. It is your most unique internal wisdom and genius. It's your inner knowing that nothing can infiltrate. That's your purity. And what if you were led by that inner knowing and you move through this life like, okay, that is all potentially there. That's my virtual reality machine that I'm in. But I'm going to remember that I'm in a virtual reality machine. I'm going to remember that this is a holographic game where everything appears real. Everything that I'm afraid of and everything that I hope and dream of is all appearing real. But what is my real truth? Where am I really going? What is it that I'm really aspiring to, like truthfully from my heart? And as you know, if you've been listening to me for a while, my aspiration is just to be in the frequency of love, to embody the love that I am, not to chase love outside of myself, but to realize the love that I already am and embody that in every single aspect of myself and be that close to source, be that close to the creator of divine consciousness and divine love whilst being in a human form. Not chasing it outside of myself, not thinking I have to leave my body and go to heaven to be close to source, but realizing that source is close to me in every single moment, in every single breath, and just moving straight there like a direct line, direct connection. And yes, still going through the initiation and going, right, this is really interesting. I'm curious. When I'm afraid of something, I manifest it. Whatever I think and believe, consciously or subconsciously or even deeply unconsciously, where I don't even realize that I believe it, yes, I manifest that too. Interesting. So what would I choose to create? And where will I create from? Where's the higher power? Where is the authority? And what I find, my friends, is that it's not in my mind. What I find is that my higher authority is my heart. And that my heart has more power than my mind. And in fact, Heart Math Institute have got this reading on the heart. They've measured the electromagnetic energy of the heart and the mind. And the heart has 5,000 times more energy, more power than the mind. And they've measured the amount of signals that the brain sends to the heart and the amount of signals that the heart sends to the brain. And guess which one sends more signals? The heart. It is the master intelligence. It's the gateway to our truth. It's the gateway home to who we really are. And so we can get caught and lost in this mire of mentality. And it is mental. It's the mental realm. Fourth dimension is the mind realm, the mental realm, the mental body, the astral body, where all kinds of things, demons, lizards, all kinds, ghosts, spirits, all kinds of things that have got trapped and have not realized themselves, get stuck there. Or they move, they live there. And it's up to us if we want to stay there too, or if we're moving through the fourth dimension as an initiation, realizing that that's not the end place. All of this, you manifest your reality. Well, what about the reality that manifested you? What about the higher consciousness that manifested you to have a brain, that gave you a choice, that gave you the ability to manifest a certain level of your reality, the fourth dimensional level of reality and the third dimension of reality? But there are dimensions of reality, as I experience anyway, I can only speak for myself, that I'm not creating. I am part of the co-creation. I am a manifestation of source creation. But me, myself, Tara, manifesting that? No. I was manifested. I am a manifestation. And it's not me, Tara, with my ideas and my ideals and my wants and my desires manifesting it. So be very aware and be very wary, rather, that, or both, aware, wary, of all of this stuff that's totally got you fixated, or maybe not you, but people generally, it's the messages going out there about manifestation. Be careful. Just be careful where you're manifesting from, what's motivating you to do that, what programs you're listening to, because what if that's also part of the mind manipulation trap? What if that's also part of the fourth dimensional trick to keep you stuck there? And not to keep you stuck there because there's an evil power that wants to stop you, but because that's the nature of an initiation, right? There has to be challenges. There has to be difficulties. And if you're an Xbox player or whatever game station player, you know that there's always a higher and higher and higher level to play at, with more danger, bigger monsters, more difficulty. And you have to, you know, in a way, this fourth dimension is that ultimate Xbox game where the levels just never end. It's like you get to level 597 and you think you're going to win, but no, there's 599 or 598 and you're like, oh, I got another level. And it's like we can just get stuck trying to win through the levels, get more powerful, overcome another demon, overcome another darkness, overcome another thing, always be trying to improve ourselves and heal. And it's like, oh my gosh, take a break, take the goggles off, breathe. We exist in a field of love. We exist in a field of quantum energy, and we call it quantum because that's our name for it, but really it's consciousness. It's creator source consciousness appearing as all different kinds of things, as all different kinds of manifestations, all different kinds of dimensions and different densities. And here we are existing in all of it, consciously or not consciously. The choice is ours. So yeah, make of this what you like, but I wanted to share that with you. Like, and I'm watching this really amazing little lizards crawling in and out of this sand that I'm sitting on. Basically, yes, you have a choice, but maybe not in the choices that you believe you're being presented with, that you're seeing on the screens, or you're seeing, you know, in the programming around you, in the distractions around you. But you have a choice to tune in to what's real within you, or get pulled into the maya of illusion outside of you and that's influencing your mind. It's very powerful, it's very interesting. And what will you choose? You want to pass through the initiation? Just don't believe everything you see. Trust your heart. Trust your heart. Stay sovereign. There is no power over you that is wanting to harm you or hurt you. That's just the fear appearing real. I love you. Thank you for listening.